Hello guys, welcome back to Backstage Business. This is James Sinclair. We're well into the 130s now, aren't we, Chudlington, of this here Backstage Business. Now this is a fantastic video if you're recruiting staff or you're interviewing staff, maybe you're a manager of a company. This is going to be a video for you because you are going to get to see me interviewing people right now, here, today. Well, let's go! So guys, here we are in the interview room. Now this is going to be a fantastic video for people that are hiring people, whether you're a business owner or a manager for a business. There's going to be so much good stuff in here. Now you're not actually going to see the interviewee because we're not nasty people, but you are going to see the questions that I ask. Now one of my top tips for entrepreneurs, business owners, managers, employing people, do multiple interviews, especially if it's higher hires. So a low hire would be someone that's, for us, you might have lots of multi-skilled staff where it's not so important. You're choosing on attitude over skill set. But when you're choosing someone on attitude and skill set, you definitely want to be doing multiple hires. That's someone that's going to be making decisions for your company. We're on interview 3 today. That's presentation interview. Those people are the ones that are going to present to us what they're going to do for our company. Now, what we've done for Carmel Jane is we've wrote a detailed description of where we want the business to go, and they're now going to present to us how they're going to make that happen, how they're going to make the strategies and tactics of the objective happen. Something I'm a massive fan of, so we're going to do that, and then after that we'll do the 4th interview and possibly a 5th interview, so that's 5 interviews before we make a hire. Think about that. Let's go! So every interview that I've ever been involved in, I've never read anyone's CV until part-way through the interview. So I will read it and then I'll ask my questions based on it. And there's a reason I do that. It's because I want to get to know you, not what's written on paper, and use my gut instinct. See if my gut instinct marries up to the CV. It's something that I've always done. So I don't want you to, if you don't know the answers to it, please don't worry, because I'm going to ask you quite some high level stuff I think that you might not know the answers to. If you don't know the answers, I'd rather just be absolutely honest, because the way I see interviewing is we're going through a deselection process, not a selection process. I'm working out whether we deselect you. Now that sounds a little bit harsh, but that's exactly what we're doing, because you would want to be deselecting us if you didn't want to work here, yeah? So my feedback is you're very confident and articulate in your presentation, so I enjoyed that greatly. One thing you spoke about was GP, gross profit. Explain to me what gross profit is. So there's 2 types of people. There's a visionary person and an implementer. Which one do you sit into? Do you think Carmel doing vlogs is the best use of her time? You did that cold. You wasn't given a warm lead. You just went out and you got the customer and you took it through to the end. How good are you at the written word? Other than being fantastically perfect, as you sound, what are you bad at? Do you want me to tell you some of the things that I'm bad at, so I'll prove the point? I'm terribly unorganised. I'm not good at the written word. I'm always late to things. Can't manage anything. I'm not process driven like you. So I've just reeled off a load of things that I'm terrible at. I absolutely believe that no one is perfect. So for us to understand what you're not good at is absolutely as important as understanding what you're good at. People are scared of saying what they actually really think because people give these woolly answers. There's another piece of advice for you there. Say what you really think when people ask you those questions. Talked about supply chains and trying to get best costs down. Have you done that before, or do you think, have you just come up with that's a sensible thing to do? Have you done that in previous roles? My view is on interviews, and that's why I was trying to get out what is your weakest points, is you just never know until someone starts, and that's why we go through this higher slow process of going through multiple interviews. By the way, some people just cannot deal with stuff like that, and others can take it in their stride. Sometimes the people that can deal with lots of stress can't do administration really well and stuff like that. What we've got to understand is where you're at, because there is always a role for everyone in the world, and this one might not be the right one for you, but it might be the perfect one. I'm not saying anything like that. We haven't made any decisions, I absolutely promise you that. The reason I ask these complicated questions is because everyone paints a picture of themselves in interview, and I'm trying to find out stuff that you don't even know about yourself. It's often why when we've got new employees, I go out for dinner with them before we've employed them, see if and I ask their partners about them to see if I marry up what they're saying about themselves. That's how detailed we go into it. And this hire that we're doing here is absolutely crucial for this business. You will be, if you are chosen, the most important person in this business to make sure that it runs. Carmel's job is to build it, and your job, or your other co-interviewers, their job is to run it. Do you want to set up your own business one day? You spoke quite a bit about profit and loss here. You've had lots of experience in working through a company's P&L and result. Have you watched any of my videos or checked any of my stuff out? Don't want answers that I want to hear. Say you've got all these contractors and they go out and see a client. Did they then report into the CRM? So guys, we're back here now. We've just done the interviews with some great candidates. Hopefully you got some stuff that I've asked in the questions there that you can put into your interview processing. I think this is the thing that's really important here is the multiple interviews and getting these prospective people that want to come and join your team to present what they're going to do for your team. Now we put a decent objective together with the mission, the vision and the culture of the business and what we want to achieve over the next few years and how they're going to come up with the strategies and tactics to meet that objective, putting the ball back into their court. When you go down the fourth interview, what you're doing is, or the third interview in this case, getting ready for the final fourth and fifth interview to make a decision. You want to be, you've got 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you want to listen double to the amount you're speaking. You want to get it out of them, and you're going through the deselection process. They're deselecting you as much as you're deselecting them because, we don't want to muck these higher processes up. We want to get the right people in at the right time. This is Backstage Business. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back tomorrow. Ta-ra! Hey gang, thanks for watching the video. Now, if you want to increase your business and entrepreneurial learning, why don't you get your hands on one of my free fabulous magazines packed full of more business advice. All you got to go to is www.free-magazine.co.uk and I'll send it in the post to you for absolutely free. See ya!